Hello, this is the Burning Tree right here. My name's Alexis Flores, as you've probably seen in the other videos. Friend Jeremy isn't here right now, he's in Disneyland, and King can't be right here right now, but I'm here to put a review on this game that I found over the internet quite some time ago, but I just never thought to make a review, but because I never had a YouTube video. Well, YouTube. But, now I'm making a review on the game called Powder Game, as some of you probably already know, out of the very few viewers who will probably watch this because I'm not that famous. But this game is sort of self-explanatory. Just like start out with powder, and you start learning as you go. You can add water. Has has most of the physics in the real world, like powder doesn't flow down as fast as it does in the air, and water is actually a liquid and tries to fill up all the spots if it can. And fire, seeds grow on powder. You make a little platform. With the blocks, you can make platforms that cannot be destroyed by anything except yourself by getting the erase option and just taking them away. And seeds grow into little trees. Oh, there you go. Sort of on. You can change how many dots you want with this. Since I want to use seeds, I want to use pen size of 1 or 0, is it? Fudge. Alright, so 0. You want seeds. Then it starts growing these little plants, which are flammable. Same thing with powder, because it's not sand, it's powder. So it's very flammable. And fire actually creates air currents, but since there's walls everywhere, nothing can pass these walls or destroy it. The air current will just bounce off and go down here, as you can probably see with these lines, and start affecting other stuff. You can press reset on this corner right here. And you can clone things too with this option. You can make it rain powder, like so. You can make it rain powder, or you can actually make it rain, literally rain. And that's basic. That's the basics of it. You can create lasers, spew. Now you probably start out on pen size 2, so it'll be like spew. You can also change the pen size automatically by pressing numbers on the number pad or number line. And I like using 9, and you can also change how many dots can be in at once. Whoops. And see, I can't place anything else, but I can change it so it'd be a large amount of dots that I can place. So I can place even more of it, but yet it still has a limit. So I can't place any more right now. Let's just reset that. And stand some birds. Yay! Birds are also flammable, which is kind of horrible what I just did there. Murdered a whole bunch of birds. Also, if you you can also pause by clicking this option, or by pressing the space bar. Let's just pause it for right here, running my next test, so it doesn't automatically start. Because you can also get magma, or lava, or whatever what you want to call it. Call it magma, because that's what it actually is. Magma versus water. Then I'll just be trying to fight each other. And if some of you have played Minecraft, which you know it's if a water hits a lava source, it'll turn the lava into obsidian, but if it hits just flowing lava, it'll turn it into cobblestone. So right now it's turning it into stone, I believe. Yeah, it's turning it into stone. Whoops. And lava also melts stone as well, and also melts metal. See, look, it's melted metal. And when it melts metal, it makes molten metal, so it just creates more magma. Instead of molten metal, it just creates magma. And torch creates light. If you put the BG, the light system, just let me reset this. The line, blur, or light. Tune, mesh, gray, dark. So I'm gonna place some water. I'm placing water right now, but you can't see it. I'm placing magma, and you can see it because magma in real life gives out light. And same thing with fire. You can see fire as well. And anything around fire. A torch, you can see a torch and you can light up everything. And if you put water on the torch, since it involves fire, the torch will completely disintegrate. And then it'll start touching the lava. Well, that's what she said. And you can change it back by just keep clicking it. It starts out on line, because you can see lines of air currents. Because you start out with that blue dot. That means your right click, what your right click does, and that red dot means what your left click does. And you can change them by right clicking and left clicking different objects. So now I'll create ice and C4. Oh, and C4 is really fun to use. And air currents turn ice into snow, which I probably would have forgotten to mention if I haven't done that when the water's like going all over the place. Oh, I just paused it. Oh, there we go. And here's something else that you can do. You can, well, what for this I kind of want to delete all of this stuff, and I'll make a oops. There we go. I want to make a block, and you can spawn in players that you can control. The first player that you spawn in, which is a square, you can control with the arrow keys. The second one that you can spawn in will be controlled with the facade, so you can have 2 players. And you can make them be fire, like this. And you can like shoot fire at your enemies, or the other player. And you can turn other players into fire, or you can just kill them. Roar! Oh yeah, and if you have like an ability like ice, but since you can't really shoot ice because it's stable, except in real life, ice is affected by gravity. But if you have like the right click with the player, and then right and left click with ice, if you spawn in the player, that player will be able to shoot snow. And the same thing. Oops, no. And same thing if you have fire, then he'll be able to shoot fire. Or if you have a laser, then he'll be able to shoot laser. They don't look any different, but watch. When he shoots fire, you shoot lasers. Now, here's what I love doing. Just go to 9. I should spawn in a whole bunch of lava. Now let's go to the drag option, which is right here. You get both of them, both left click and right click. With the left click, you can grab that much. And if you keep right clicking, or vice versa, you'll be able to pick all the rest up. I kind of let go right there, sorry. And anyways, this might take a lot of clicks, but you can control everything, all that magma, / water, powder, whatever you want to control that can move, nothing that's static, so if it's any that looks like a dick. And you can control it and just completely annihilate these guys. And that's basically Powder Game. It's a really fun game. You can do a whole bunch of stuff, like create like a bomb, and just like clear that out. Yeah, this is a lot. And then you can put gunpowder. That's what G powder stands for. It's not regular powder. Oops, some of it came out. And you can create something called fuse. And then with fire, you can light the fuse. And the gunpowder will go boom. Kablooey! Oh yeah, that's like a pretty big explosion. You can do the same thing with C4, but gunpowder has a bigger explosion. Now everything's red. You can turn that off by making it like a blur, or anything that doesn't involve lines, except for that. Mesh is all weird. Gray is weird too. Dark, you can't even see anything. TG, I don't even know. Silhouette, and on. Air just makes everything blue and green, and line makes blue, green, and red. So that's basically Powder Game. You can do a lot of stuff like viruses. This is something I need to show you. You have like water on this side, powder on this side blocking all that water. Like, oh no, what if I wanted all powder? But you don't want them. But if you're too lazy, just put block of virus. The first thing it touches, it turns everything except for these blocks right here into whatever the first thing it touched. So now the water will turn into powder. And there will be some remaining drops of water, but you can deal with that. Work with anything like glass. You can hardly see, but if you go to something like Toon, just go back to that. Toon, you can see that. You can put a virus. Oh no! Like this. It turns everything into glass. And acid can melt everything except for glass and blocks. Like, let's make a glass thing. Whoop! Whoop! Let's put some thunder. Zap. Thunder just breaks it. Yep, you can break glass. Metal. Thunder is conducted through metal. Let's try the glass again. You can probably not see that, but with acid, it can melt through everything. See, it's melting through the metal, it's melting through the stone, because it's acidic, but it won't melt through the glass. See, there's the outline of the glass. It's not melting at all. It's not changing its form, because it's glass, Glass can't be affected by acid. I don't even know why, because I'm only in 8th grade, I'm 13. Though my voice makes me sound like I'm 8 or something, but I'm actually 13. Just haven't hit puberty. Maybe I will soon. I don't even know. I don't even care. And that's basically it. Powder game. Check it out. It's a fun game. Oh no! No!